What's going on, guys? It's Mason, and today I have McGoy's lift kit here going in Jamaican Teal and Polar White, and I'm going to show you how I do it. So here's everything in the lift. We got some spindles, we have added leafs, you have different suspension parts, control arms, cross members, and even some leaf springs. So things are marked. What color they're going to be? This can be the white, some teal stuff. So we're going to be starting off with some of these smaller bracketry. So let's go ahead and get them prepped. For the prep on this, we're going to first put in our rim strip to pull off all this previous powder. Then we're going to pull them out, rinse them off, spray them with an industrial cleaner, rinse them off again, pull them inside, sandblast them. No need to outgas because it's fresh metal, we don't have to. And then they'll be ready to coat. So let's first go ahead and put this in our rim strip. So now that they're rinsed off and dried, we can go ahead and sandblast them in our blast cabinet. I actually went ahead and did the first piece to show you guys what it's going to look like once it's sandblasted. So this is now ready to go ahead and coat. It takes maybe like a minute per each part in there, so it's not very bad at all. But yeah, let's go ahead and get these in there so we can get them coated. So here are our parts after the sandblast. They all look really good, everything inside and out. So now it's time to go ahead and blow them off with the air gun just to make sure there's no sand debris still stuck on them. And then we'll be ready to go ahead and put on our alien silver. I'm going to be using this Electron Plus 3 Master M, and these are the settings I'm going to be using. So let's go ahead and put on our first coat. Now here are the parts with the alien silver. They all look really good inside and out. Tough Faraday areas in there. They all look really good. So now it's time to go and stick these in our oven for a partial cure. So that means putting it in the oven, letting the powder kind of gel out, flow out, become more like a liquid or like a soft gel. And then once it reaches that, we wait a couple minutes, pull them out, let them cool down, and then we can put our top coat on. We do that way they could bind together. It creates a much tougher and stronger powder coat. So let's go ahead and put these in the oven. Our parts are out of the oven and cooled down. Let's check them out. Again, they all look really good. I showed you before they went in the oven, but again, just so you guys can see. So now it's time to go ahead and put on our Jamaican Teal. This is a prismatic color. So we have 4 pounds of this. We added 3 of these. These are from Columbia Coatings. It's basically just more metallic, so that way this is super shiny under light. These are the settings I'm going to be running. 80-10, lowered our powder output just a little. I thought I was spraying a little fast, but let's go ahead and put it on. So here they are with the Jamaican Teal on them, all the Faraday areas. Everything looks really good. Inside here, everything looks great. So now it's time to go ahead and put it in our oven for a full cure. Here are the parts after the full cure. They all look really good. And then those Faraday areas, everything's looking killer. So now we're going to go ahead and continue doing some of the other stuff, like these control arms and, you know, these cross members and all sorts of stuff. So I'm not going to show you the prep, but I'll show you all the coating of these things. So let's get into it. So we got some more parts prepped. We have our control arms, rear blocks, torsion keys, and some other bracketry. I'm really not sure what it's for. So let's go ahead and get the alien silver on. We're going to be using our Electron Master M here with a hopper. So let's go ahead and put it on. So here are the parts out of the partial cure. They were in the oven probably a total of 8 to 10 minutes. I'm not entirely sure. I go more on a visual and a temp rather than a set time, but yeah, now we're ready to go ahead and put on that Jamaican teal. So we pretty much have all our teal stuff done. All we have left are the leaf springs and the front bars. I don't really know what they're for, but I'll do those when I do the leaf springs. So let's go ahead and check these out. I got the flash on so you guys can see it a little better. A lot of sparkle in this. So again, this is Jamaican teal, and then per pound I added 1 thing of Columbia Coatings ultra white sparkle, the little shots that they do, and that's what created this metallic-y look here. And I'm a big fan of it now. So I've seen Jamaican teal done without it, and I think this is the way to go if you're going to be doing this color. So now with these done, it's time to go ahead and do the white. So again, we're using the Polar White from Prismatic, and we're going to be putting a clear coat over it. So again, no primer, just like we did this, no primer, just the white and a clear. So yeah, we're doing the same prep process for all the white parts, not as many as the teal, but let's go and get those coated. So here's our first batch of the white parts, basically just a bunch of brackets. All we have left in white are the 2 spindles for either side of the vehicle, and then the every other leaf is going to be white too. The reason I'm doing the spindles second is because they're a lot thicker, so when you go to partial cure and full cure, the spindles are going to take a heck of a lot longer than these will. It's about 2 inches thick, these are about 1/4 inch thick, so obviously these need to be separate. But again, these are going in Polar White from Prismatic. We added 4 things of Columbia Coatings shots, the ultra white sparkle, to it. That way it has more of a metallic finish, but let's go ahead and get it up. Here are the parts after the Polar White and partial cure. I have my flash on, so hopefully you can see the metallic a little bit better. So partial cure on this was probably roughly 8 minutes. That's flashing it to where it gels, and then a couple minutes after that to make sure it's not undercured. Much rather have bad adhesion than undercured. But everything's looking good, coverage is good, inside, everywhere. So now let's go ahead and spray on our clear vision. So we have one of the spindles in the sandblaster, but now we're going to go ahead and take apart our leaf springs. So I have another video talking about actually taking apart and prepping and powder coating leaf springs. So I'm just going to do a quick little time lapse of taking these apart. We'll get them rim stripped and then we'll coat these. They're going to be going in like a teal, white leaf spring. I mean, the outer leaf will be teal and then the bottoms will be white. So they're going to alternate all the way down. So yeah, let's go ahead and get them apart. So we got both leaf packs taken apart. We got these 4 that came with the leaf. We have our outer leaf and then our overload leaf for both of them. We have our little plastic bushing things that go right here taken out. And yeah, so we're ready to go ahead and put these in our rim strip. Well guys, I may have skipped a few steps as far as the powder coating process on the leaf springs, but basically we just sandblasted them and coated them. It's going teal white, teal white, teal white all the way down. They look pretty dang good, so now we're gonna go ahead and put our bushings in, the little holes there, and go ahead and restack our leaf springs. So let's first go ahead and put those bushings in. So I just got this bushing installed, and I'll show you how I did it. So basically all we're doing is we have our leaf spring here, we have a wood block to protect the side of our leaf spring on this side, and then we have our bushing. So you're gonna have your bushing that's gonna slide in based on the pressing of the vise. First thing, spray some WD-40 in here, make sure it's nice and lubricated. Obviously, if you're doing this anywhere, don't do it next to your powder coat area, because silicone and powder coat do not mix well, and you'll be fighting it forever. But yeah, go ahead and get this started in here. A little push start. And then yeah, you're ready. So just start to close down your vise. Once it stops and you can't turn it no more, that means the other side of your bushing has hit the board. Go ahead and loosen it back up. To continue pushing it all the way through, you're gonna need something like this. It's like a ball joint removal tool. You can rent it from AutoZone for free. But basically all you're gonna do is put it on the side here and continue doing what you're doing. There you go. It's all the way pushed in. So now that we got both bushings installed on either end, it's time to go ahead and stack up our leaf spring and put it all the way back together. To start the process, we're just gonna flip it over upside down and start stacking them right on top. Make sure you put your little plastic plates back in. Put your little plastic clips back in. Now that they're all stacked up, we're going to go ahead and put our center pin in. That way they're aligned when we go to crush them all back down. So here's the leaf spring completed. We're alternating every other. We got our bushings in. All we have left to do is close these down. So we're going to pinch those back down in with the vise. So let's go ahead and do that. Well guys, we just got both of the retainer clips pushed in, and I went ahead and finished up the other leaf spring, so I'm actually all the way done. Let's go ahead and check them out. So we'll go ahead and start on this side where we have a lot of our brackets and control arms, cross members. Everything's looking super nice. We got the nice McGoy's lettering with the white behind it. Everything's looking super good. We got our spindles. We have other more bracketry stuff. The spindles had a lot of problems due to the bad pour casting. That's why they have a little bit of yellowish, because I was really putting powder on there to hide a lot of that pour casting. We have whatever these are. Then we have our leaf springs. So leaf springs turned out pretty dang good. They'll look really nice front to back. We have our U-bolts and then our front traction support members. So that's pretty much it. I really think the customer's gonna be really excited and happy with how these things turned out. Pretty awesome lift and a pretty cool color combination. Doing those leaf springs every other was a really cool idea. I like doing that. And then the white behind the chrome lettering here looks freaking awesome. I really liked how we did that. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you learned anything, please let me know. If you have any questions, also let me know. My email will be in the description. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.